where are you? Oh, you're here too. Okay.
I'm just kind of hanging out. I
So
figured.
what quest are you guys on?
Look. I want to do another
riding
dungeon.
Fiona's caravan.
Oh.
It
I need to go
actually
click on-
starts
I need to
this
go click that
long
caravan.
cutscene where everyone's just talking to each other, and they're talking about being the paladin pals. Oh, it's
Oh
so
no.
cute.
Are these like
skip it?
real life people?
Oh
No,
no, it's not a
no.
cutscene. Shotgun.
Okay.
Hey, no. Why do you sit in front? Oh no. How many characters are in here?
So I'm gonna queue us up for another dungeon. That okay,
Oh
dang
hey,
it.
I'm on the back.
guys?
Oh, I already killed it, so I just need the fang, huh? No, no,
Yeah.
no, don't attack me. Don't attack me. Just
guys?
keep walking.
I feel like I feel like we should wait for us to finish this caravan ride.
Okay, you finish your
So we-
caravan
Yeah.
ride.
Otherwise, we'll have to start it over.
I'll just
And it-
stare at this mysteriously large amount of people. There are 6 people here. Why are there 6 people here?
My character's so awkwardly tall that my legs are actually threatening to hit the floor. Because
Is
of
your
how
head
big-
being clipped off by a lantern?
No. Worgen
Really?
heads go forward.
Yeah.
Like a Worgen's head is at the same level as its shoulders. A little awkward. I don't know how they lay down. If they lay on their back, do they have to like lean their head back and then like laying on top of the top of their head, like a dog?
Well, yeah, they're wolves.
Whoa.
So they
That's
lay
that
on their
cool
sides.
gold dragon that you can buy on the store. Well, in the store.
Yep.
Neat.
Oh, so you
Look
guys
it
are
up.
here now.
So pretty.
I'm still riding the caravan.
Oh, yeah. No, the aspect of whatever looks amazing.
And now they talked about Paladin Pals. I guess I'm catching up with Shell from earlier.
Yeah, Heart of the Aspects. $25 though for something like that.
All of the
That's-
mounts are pretty much $25.
Oh, except for the Warforged Nightmare, which is 30.
They've certainly tried to make the story more involving in this game.
Kind of looks like a Zoid. Yeah, no, a lot of the area zones actually like have quests, lore, and story and stuff. Cohesive
yeah, I liked it
too.
when we were riding around with Sylvanas and she was explaining this current situation of the Forsaken with
Yeah,
us.
the undead actually have the best story, like the most cohesive story, because it spans areas. So you follow
Is it bad that
Sylvanas
playing an
around
MMO
doing
makes me
stuff.
just want to go play Inquisitor?
What is that?
I mean Inquisition. Does it?
Dragon Age
Is it bad?
Inquisition?
Like, yeah, like playing an MMO just makes me want to go back to playing Inquisition in the hinterlands.
Well, that's because
Yeah, it does.
Inquisition is
It's more
really good.
personalized and involved.
It's a really good MMO that's single player.
Yeah, that disappoints me. Like, you could totally have had just a 4-player co-op option where just you have
Well,
4 people.
That's why
3
I
of
want
which-
to play Tor.
Yeah, it's not quite the same. It's close though.
I know,
Yeah.
but when you have conversations, I remember your character would actually
Oh yeah,
contribute.
no, definitely. I
I like
it's
that I'm
just
gradually making actual differences to the world in Inquisition.
yeah.
Like, have you
I'm
done
not
like,
there
have you
yet.
done any of the farm stuff?
What, the horse guy?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, there's a whole sequence of quests to try to get him to help you. So you're like going talking to various members of his family so that you can figure out what they need and stuff. And one of them is like you're like going around and you're building like watchtowers for the entire area. And
Yeah,
by the-
I'm
by the
on
end of
that one.
quest chain, you actually have them. Like they're
So-
actual objects you've added to the environment.
I ran into an issue where I was trying to get up to that last camp to unlock it.
Is Gordon
And-
Commons not the one we just did?
No, that was Capital Gardens.
Oh Jesus! 16 bosses.
Yeah.
What?
Unless it
I don't
is.
even.
Is it? No. It's not. This is different. Gordok Commons is ogres. We'll be
does it
fine.
really
Lord
have
of the Talon.
Does it really have 16 bosses?
Possibly. Yeah, no.
Jesus.
I see 7.
Oh, that was a mistake. Well, this is happening. Yeah, evasion.
But I can actually tank now.
Just getting things started is what I'm doing. That wasn't
Oh,
an accident
the
or anything.
warlock's pet has taunt. Great.
Uh-oh.
Why would he bring that with him? Okay, he changed. He changed.
Okay.
He went to imp.
He is not
That-
super...
Yeah,
super
that was
dumb.
that was his PVE pet.
Yeah, I mean, it makes
presumably.
sense.
Yeah.
Well, if
that's
you're
like-
dragged immediately into a dungeon, you're like, oh.
Yeah.
Oh god, I need to change to my pet that isn't stupid for this.
This is why I specifically level in bear mode, because I know...
I'm getting polymorphed so much.
Oh wait, no. You switching between human form and wolf form probably doesn't undo polymorph.
No, I don't think you can either.
Because I know you can do that as a druid, and it'll get rid of
Yeah.
polymorph.
I don't think you can become...
Rodar.
Oh, I don't think you can become human in combat.
Yeah. Yeah, it automatically kicks you out.
Oh yeah, it's definitely Blade Flurry time. Okay. Do some motherfucking AoE.
Yep.
I like that this is... I guess this must be how they decided to balance the fact that that all the different classes were getting crazier and crazier attack abilities, and rogues still just like... all their abilities were ultimately just, I stabbed the dude. So combat rogues got an ability that lets them attack like 5 guys that are near them simultaneously.
Ain't nothing wrong with
That's
that.
nuts. Yeah, like mathematically, it's certainly a benefit because the damage penalty is only 40%.
For druids, they just made it so there's a new thing. Instead of swipe, it's thrash, and it just hits everyone. It's the laziest tanking ever, and I love it.
Yeah, I toggle into a mode that makes every single attack, including auto attack, hit everyone nearby. It's
I'm a little
nuts.
disappointed that you can't actually have like some kind of weird rogue tank or something, because they could
Yeah.
have totally swung it and been
It's-
absolutely fine.
Rogues
I
like the
like
one
it.
class that hasn't got any more utility over time.
I
Yeah.
liked how they handled the classes in WildStar, that everything had a DPS spec, but then everything had either a tank or a healing spec. And the rogues in that could tank.
Yeah. I really think hybrid classes are the best way to have people be invested in a single character in MMOs.
Yeah.
I just like it when a
Most
game
of the-
changes how RPG mechanics work.
Yeah.
Like that's been interesting in Inquisition. There's no healer.
It's true. That confuses me.
You literally can't have a healer in Inquisition. It has the Dark Souls potion system, basically.
Yeah. And honestly, that makes a lot of sense. Actually, speaking of, have you, you're playing, what class are you playing as?
I made a two-handed warrior, Kunari.
Okay, so you're doing the same thing as me. Wow,
Are you also
exact
Kunari?
same thing as me, yeah.
Well, my character looks better.
Twinsies? No.
I don't know.
Mine has a silver beard.
Better.
I'm drunk. Mine has a silver beard because I've got the graphics settings so low that all hair is rendered in chrome.
I've got like a handlebar mustache and then the rest of it's sort of like fuzz, like not a full beard but like a shadow over the rest of the bottom of my face.
I went with full beard. I wish the horn options
I've got the
had
British
been a little
voice
bit more.
of like a very sophisticated Kunari.
Yeah, I think I've got the same. Okay, that's.
I posted it. I
Yeah,
posted
I
it to a show your character thread on the subreddit,
I'm
and
still
the
quite drunk.
Little Miss Jessa channel said that it was like a strikingly beautiful man.
Cute.
What?
You remember? Do you know who Jessa is?
I know who Jessa is.
She shows up a lot on the subreddit for Let's Play, or at least she used to.
She used to. Less
It's the
recently.
molten corgi.
Yep.
This is the first time I've seen one.
Yeah.
I've heard its reputation.
They're adorable.
They really are.
You have one in your
Yeah.
mailbox, by the way.
Yeah, I haven't been to a mailbox though since we made this character.
Fair enough.
Like we literally went to the mailbox in Darnassus first time we got to one. I never went to one again. I haven't been to a capital city a single time.
We stopped by Stormwind.
Well, yeah, that was from Darnassus. That was the same
true.
sequence.
Didn't
'Cause
we
I've
have to
been
go through Stormwind to get up here? No,
Nope.
we didn't, because we teleported. I just went back to Stormwind because I wanted to level my skills.
We flew there from. I've been wanting to level my skills too. I just haven't been. I've been logging off the moment we stop recording, and then logging on when we're ready to record again, and that's it. I've never
Yeah.
logged on independently a single time.
I'm actually kind of happy about that because it means I've been able to enjoy World of Warcraft without. This guy's supposed to like. Oh, here it is. Here he is.
My inventory is packed with various types of cloth because I haven't gone to level up my first aid, so I could actually use any of it.
Or you could just send it all to melons.
No, I don't care about your melons.
But anyway, before we get too far away from Dragon Age Inquisition, the charge ability, do you have it?
Bull rush.
Yeah.
I just got it on my main character, but I already gave it to most of my tanks because every time I have a tank character, I immediately tell it to buy. I immediately purchase every single skill that says it generates guard.
Okay. I've just been using Bull Rush left and right because that is the best use of a charge ability I have ever seen.
If you're on nightmare mode, you want every ounce of guard and barrier you can ever get.
I am not playing on a high difficulty.
You're
I am
you're
a
taking
casual.
damage faster than normal, but they don't give you any more healing.
Yeah.
You still have those same 8 potions.
There are other games I would rather
currently
play
have
for a
2
challenge.
mages. I currently have 2 mages that both have barrier.
Well,
There's a
go
lot of
figure.
barrier happening. I don't know. I haven't looked at it yet, but apparently I heard on the subreddit that apparently rogues can learn to resurrect people.
Interesting. I think they get like some kind of weird alchemy system, don't they?
I don't know. 'Cause
Okay.
I haven't unlocked any subclasses yet.
Oh, there are subclasses?
Because I've seen confirmation that, for example, Templar is still a class like it was in Dragon Age Origins.
Oh, that's cool.
So like those weird extra specialized classes that you unlocked in those games are still in this one. I just don't know how to get them yet.
Okay.
Because
See,
every class I have is still has the same 4 trees for their class.
I only ever played a little bit of Origins. I played the Dwarven starting area and then the Wizard Tower and then lost interest.
Well, like a good example was that in Origins, Alistair starts out as a Templar.
Right.
And that's not a class you can just pick as a warrior. It's a specialization you have to get into.
That's a good point. I don't
My
remember these
character
things.
on Origins is actually an arcane warrior. He started out as a mage, but I found this crystal that had like a sentience in it, and it was tortured and trapped, and I let it go, but it used to be an arcane warrior, I guess, and it taught me how to be one as a result. And so what happens is my character in Origins can use his magic stat as strength.
Nice.
So he's wearing full. It's a mage using a great sword and wearing full blood dragon plate armor. He's a better.
Nice.
He's both the highest damage dealer melee character and the best tank in my entire party at this point. And because he's a mage, so what I do now is because I'm using. I have super high armor, so that means I have crazy fatigue. So it's actually like casting spells is super expensive now and hard to do. So instead, I just use a fuck ton of those sustain spells you can activate. You just activate them, and they like reserve a chunk of your mana away while they're active. I have like 5 of those at once.
I love those.
So it's like your weapon is always on fire, and this everyone around you is always slow, and you always have a bubble around you for extra defense, and all these different things. So I'm just like the most absurd melee character ever.
I loved that in the original Guild Wars 1. They had a number of those, and it was very fun as like a warrior character to throw a mending for like 3 fast heal or whatever. And that was always entertaining, but ultimately
Because you could take
worthless.
any 2 classes and overlap with them.
Yeah, honestly, that game did it poorly, but it did a number of things right way earlier than any other game. It's just they didn't really learn from it.
I liked being a Mesmer spiritualist because I could basically just troll people in PvP. Because all that Mesmers do, if you put them the right way, is all their abilities are about just making people hurt themselves whenever they try to attack you.
It's
So
true.
I was interrupting everyone's attacks, and every time they got an attack off, it was just reflecting damage or they were hurting themselves and stuff like that. And then when I finally would get killed, I had the spiritual ashes. I had ashes from the spiritualist where when I died, I would drop the ashes and it would do an AoE resurrection where I died.
Well, I think we should.
It was absolute torture for people.
Healer wants to hurry things up because they're hungry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's one of the only times I've ever played an MMO and and in PvP had people say mean things to me because normally I suck. Normally I suck and no one cares that I'm there because they just obliterate me. But they were mad at me all the time because
was
I had
one of those-
such a fucked up build.
That was one of those, though, where PvP truly involved a large amount of creativity and tactics as opposed to just knowing the, like, proper, I don't know, way of ganking somebody, if that makes sense. Like, I did not like Arena in this game because rogues were just so popular because it's like, oh yeah, just stealth.
It is really fun being invisible.
It sucks.
Everyone's like, no one knows where you're gonna come from.
Yeah.
Although being a rogue, having experience with it, there are elements of it that only feel overpowered because you're not the one controlling the character. But then once you see what it's like to be a rogue, you're like, oh, cool. Everyone has counters for you.
It's
Like, there's-
true.
Almost every class can just completely nullify all of your capabilities of playing the game.
I
And the
just
moment
re-
you're out of stealth, you're like, oh, okay, I'm just gonna not. I guess this is the end for me.
I just remember doing a half-hour arena duel and winning because I was up against 2 rogues that would do nothing, but you didn't run away.
I had a 5v5 rogue group.
Yeah.
It was really funny. Because we would just hide for the first 5 minutes of the round, and people would keep running, trying to find us. They'd get impatient and spread out, and then we'd just like, oh look, it's their healer, and just immediately like 5-on-1 that person, and then vanish.
Yeah, they tried that with 2s, but it's not as successful because the healer
No,
can kind of heal through it.
You don't have a stupid enough number of rogues.
Yeah, I was also a druid with a bunch of instant cast heal over time. So
It was of course a gimmick build too. Like you couldn't get away with actually winning in the long term with that kind of gimmick because good teams would never make mistakes and you'd be screwed.
Yeah.
But it was really funny.
it's
Kind of
just
like going into like Hearthstone and having just bullshit decks that are just funny and surprise people, but ultimately you're not going to win like tournaments with it.
yeah. It's just as somebody that likes PvP to be quick and snappy, stuff like that pisses me off. Because if I'm going to like get my ass kicked, I'd like it to be fast.
Yeah, I just don't like RPG PvP
Yeah.
across the board. Oftentimes there's an inequality to it that makes it immediately bullshit because you just have someone could just have better gear, which I think is dumb. But on top of that, there's just too many abilities in RPGs.
It's true. I never...
Like,
I don't know. It varies. I always hated running across warlocks specifically in battlegrounds in this game because it's not that they could kill you necessarily. It's that they just make it not worth your trouble trying to kill them alone.
it was always frustrating playing as a rogue and running into people who just spam. Oh wow, that's actually a really good belt. I'm too low level for.
Yep.
The first time.
Yeah, I
It's
know.
the
So
first.
I'm low level for everything too.
It's the first time in a long time something's dropped that I couldn't use. Oh wow, it's good. Everything's level 46. This instance is actually higher level than me.
That's cool.
I didn't even.
Hey, that
I
probably
didn't
nets
notice.
you a fair amount of extra experience, though.
Probably. Ow. No, oh god, no, no.
You
I'll
okay?
vanish.
Oh, hey.
Oh yes.
Oh god,
Already.
they pulled. They pulled.
It's okay, I got it.
So they have fear, just so you know.
I noticed. They feared me earlier.
They
But
feared
there was
me
only
directly
one.
into the nearby group.
I was watching that.
Fear.
Someone
It-
cast Fear Ward. Is that
I
a thing in this
noticed
game?
they're fearing you and not me, which I appreciate.
They probably fear second aggro.
That makes a lot of sense.
A lot of characters are designed that way in WoW, I think.
Makes sense.
They
Because if
crowd
you
control
fear the
second
tank...
aggro. I've been polyed so many times.
Oh, in this specific dungeon?
Yes.
That I haven't
think-
noticed as much.
I think all forms of crowd control are targeting second aggro. That's often a thing in raids, is that it's really important that you absolutely never pass the tank and DPS in aggro for even a second in those games.
Oh, yeah. Oh,
In
yeah.
the raids, because the exact moment you pass them, they poly the tank or something.
That was...
Because they would crowd control the second target, and if you made the tank the second target, then he would immediately, it was just instant wipe.
That was something I know my friends, when I was raiding, had a huge beef with Death Knights, because Death Knights, for whatever reason, never had aggro issues, because they were the
Yeah.
new class. But my friend who's the rogue, who did do more DPS than me, he had to control his DPS so much that it just wasn't worth it.
I used to be top DPS in a tier 6 raiding guild.
Yeah.
That was fun.
I
Although,
was...
do they even count them in tiers anymore? Have people still been counting up by 1 all this time? Because I don't know what the number would be like 17?
It's like tier 13 now.
So they're still
No,
keeping
it's
track?
it's higher than that, actually. It's like 16, 17.
Oh, it's two-handed. Fuck. That looked like such a one-handed thumbnail.
I get to be greed.
That's a bummer.
We're supposed to find something called an Ogre Tannin. Do we care? I don't
Damn
care
it,
about the side quest.
No, I
Yeah,
won.
this-
Gross! I won the terrible helm.
Oh, hey.
Oh, this thing's being
Talk
opened.
to Mizzle.
Jump in!
Nope.
Who's Mizzle?
Oh, that's the, Is that the Gordok
talking
Ogre
about?
suit? you're asking about, Shell?
Here we go.
Did we win the whole thing?
Yeah, I think. I
We're
mean,
supposed
there's
to
like.
defeat Show Rush. How do we defeat Show Rush? People are leaving. But yeah, on
Were
the
we
topic
supposed
of
to talk with someone
PvP,
before defeating Joe
Okay,
Rush?
so what we were supposed to do is kill Chorush the Observer first, but by killing King Gordok immediately,
he just
You
gives
can't
up.
complete it.
yeah, then he gives up. It's okay, we still get the
Yeah.
quest, we just don't get the bonus objectives.
Okay.
But who cares?
Well, I guess we suck at video games.
I mean,
So, do you just go back to the beginning?
teleport in and out, yep.
The Gordok Ogre suit?
Yeah, there's an ogre suit, too.
Bring an Ogre 10 into not Thimblejack.
Ooh, ooh.
Let's go get
I've-
the Ogre Tannin.
Okay.
Did you guys... Oh, you guys left.
I
Oh,
teleported
no,
out.
I'm coming back
It's-
to the dungeon.
I mean, we can do it if you really want to. It's not that big of a reward. I'd rather just pop on to the next dungeon before we run out of time.
I guess. I was just figuring that's like a level 46 quest.
It would probably be better if we just did the next dungeon.
Okay.
I don't...
Oh, teleporting
I
out
need
and
to
back
really
in.
clean out my inventory, you know?
Okay, there's a shop right here.
Just drop everything. It doesn't matter.
Yeah, honestly.
What? No. Why would you just drop everything? This is the worst choice.
Ooh, an actual upgrade. Neato. His wristbands look great.
Yeah, there's a shop right in here.
Those are...
General Goods.
Ooh.
I'm talking to him, Shell. This guy. Yep.
Yeah.
Cloth. Disappointment. Oh no, they made
Sell.
these bracers out of disappointment.
All of the junk.
But on the topic of PvP, aside from Twilight Imperium, I prefer my PvP games to have simple mechanics.
It depends. Like, I'm okay with it being super complicated, but if it's slow, then, like, one of the reasons why I don't
Like
like
EVE
games...
Online.
Yeah, that's too slow.
Yeah.
But then again, that's not really... I don't even know how to categorize that game. But League of Legends, one of the reasons why I don't like it a whole lot is because rounds will take 20 to 40 minutes. And if you're losing, it can take a long time to truly lose.
Yeah.
And leaving, you actually get penalized for, but they can draw it out for a fair amount of time, or, you know, it can be kind of a close but still shitty game where you know you're going to lose. It's just a matter of time. Whereas, say, a game like Titanfall, for whatever your opinions are on a game like that, games are over in 5 minutes.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Maybe 10 minutes. And
I'm
so
not.
even if...
I don't like League for that reason.
Yeah, even if you do lose in Titanfall, it doesn't feel terrible because it's over so fast.
You're in a new game immediately. Yeah.
Yeah. I was playing a lot of Battlefield with TLE a little while ago, and I realized, as much as I like the concept of Battlefield, if one
too
team
slow.
truly has an advantage... I mean, the game itself can be really fast-paced, but if one team has an advantage, you know, like an unassailable position, for example, you just run up and die. And it's boring. Whereas
Shut up and
Do
die.
these people have a fake language?
orcs, opposite factions have fake language stuff.
Do you want to find little Pamela?
I was gonna actually queue us up for Razor
I'm gonna
Flame
go find
Downs
little
or
Pamela.
Strathhome. Well,
Oh, falling.
I'll queue us up for that, and then we can look for Pamela.
Little Pamela.
But
Okay, I'm
Pamela
this-
Canal?
But yeah, I'm not into League because it's too like excessively complicated, and I don't like the idea of like the way that you sort of indirectly control your character, like it's a unit in RTS, even though it's your only thing that you control.
I'm really hoping games like well, you've seen Smite, correct?
Yeah,
Shell, I'm gonna come pick you up.
like I do find Smite more approachable.
Yeah,
But-
I would love to do Smite
I'm
at some
not
point.
super
Actually,
into those games in general, though.
I can see it
for
being
versus
more.
games. I often just prefer playing like, let's play Halo
Yeah,
or
it's true.
Carcassonne
I just think it could be fun as
or
a group.
Carcassonne.